never been easier than with Bartleby Math Solver, your guide to making math manageable. Sign up for Bartleby today and get up to 50% off your first week.
Pesticides like neonics are contributing to an unprecedented decline in bee population.
The bags. We headed to Mexico. Gravy, you like it. Super free donut. It's looking juicy. I'm about to go nuts. I don't need it for eating. Super free donut. Sir. Grab me that pastry. What was donut do you have? Oh, I'm a bust, all right. Grab me that pastry.
Thought I'd make you my guest. Light up the runway with something for my personal collection. As far as I know, this is the only one in it.
Sir.
Boozy, what's up, bro?
Grab me that.
I know y'all don't be on the internet like that, but yeah, there's this dude called Down Bad Man. Down Bad Man. Yo, this motherfucker just look at anything remotely sexy and be wanting to fuck that shit, yo. This motherfucker, hey, just how he put his little skits together, this motherfucker funny as shit, yo.
A stirring spoon? What the? I guess we're on to the next hack already. These little brushes are great at reaching little places.
Down Bad Man. Sir, bring me that pastry. Sir, get me one of those fish.
Grab some underwear. We're gonna throw that back there in plain sight. When the girls get in the back seat.
So 2 years ago, I built a pond with my buddy Alfred. We took his excavator and we dug this hole and hoped for the best, that it would fill up with water and it could be a nice little...
Down Bad Man. I just got in the house from a long day at work. Yo, not kind of weird, but very convenient and lucky for me. So I had a show last month for First Friday at this really nice little frame shop. And they invited me, you know, I didn't ask or beg to be in there. They said, hey, Travis, you want to do a First Friday? Sure, no problem. And so the art was supposed to come down today. So I drove my truck over to the city today so I can pack up all my art this afternoon when I got off work. So I went over to the gallery and started collecting my stuff. I took 2 paintings down, and I'm already talking to the guy when I went in, like, hey, bro, how's it going? Yo, dude, what's up? I was like, you know, I'm coming to get the art. Oh, man, it seemed like the month went by so fast, man. I really love the show, man. It's like, it's already over. And so I took a piece down. I was like, yeah, I know, man. He's like, you got anything else coming up? I was like, not really, not for December. No, I don't really have anything. Yeah, we're not gonna have another First Friday this month either. We don't have anything lined up until January. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like, you can keep your art up if you want to for December. I'm like, word? Fuck it, let that shit stay up there then. Cause shit, I want to go do nothing but bring it home, hang it back on my walls, and then ain't nobody but me and you looking at that shit. You know, if it got a whole nother month to stay in the gallery and hang up where the public can walk by and check it out, then shit, fuck it. I'll let that shit stay. So, everybody has a whole another month to go check it out. Whoever didn't make it to the show this month, they go check it out in December. It's getting cold though. We already getting snow. It was snowing today. So I don't know how many people are gonna be out and about for the next couple of weeks, but might as well. Might as well leave that shit right up there where it's at. I'll come back at the end of December and get it. And say that shit just gonna sit here, collect some fucking dust. And people always complain about your prices are too high. No, you just can't afford it. And that's okay, because I can't afford it. I can't go out and spend $5,000 on a piece of art. I just can't do it. And so other people who can't afford it too, instead of saying, oh, it's out of my price range, you say, your prices are too expensive. No, they're not. I got some prints. You want to buy a print? I got prints for $60. That might be in your price range. But I'm happy. I'm excited to get to stay up for 2 months. Feeling like a boss right now. You know, and it was just that easy. I literally went to go grab my stuff. Me and the guy we were just talking. He was like, "Oh, you can just leave it. Just leave it." Fuck it. So the 2 paintings I took down, put them bitches right back up, and I'll holler at you later. That's the only thing, man. People don't see behind the scenes, because the canvas is $40. 1 tube of paint is $40. 1 brush is $5. And then it takes me hours upon hours upon hours. Well, you know, it just, I don't know, man. I don't feel like I can price some of my better stuff in hundreds of dollars. I want thousands of dollars for my great ass ideas. I got good ideas and concepts, and then technically, I'm a good painter. I can actually make it look pretty damn good, make it look good. I can't get 5 stacks for that shit. I don't know what to tell y'all. I just rather keep making art and keep that shit to myself then. And I have a massive art collection when I die. And then everybody will try to get the shit for cheap when I'm dead. Yo, what up, Puff? But I really think that's what probably will happen. Like when I die, I just want to like donate half of my art to my organization, and then like the other half, my family can like split that shit up amongst themselves or auction some of that shit off to help subsidize funeral costs or whatever. Like, it's money, nigga. I got money in the crib. All you gotta do is sell this shit, something to the right person. The right person gonna buy that shit. Sooner or later. I don't mind if it's later. I really don't. Sooner or later. But so I got 1, 2, 3 commissions to get paid for. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. About $1,600 worth of art still in here that I gotta get done with, which is exactly what I need because the patent that I have for my brush holder is finalized. So I thought I paid for the patent already, but the company sent me like another bill, and it's like, okay, you can pay for your patent now. I'm like, didn't I already do that? It was like, no, you pay for all the processing, filing, the inquiries, and the searches to make sure that no one else has this patent. So for the last year, I had a patent pending, which gives me the right to sell the product, but my patent was still pending. You know, depending on what the Congressional Patent Office found out. And so now they're saying, oh yeah, you're good. This patent can be yours if now you just finish paying us. And it's like, shit, that's another couple $100 I gotta kick out to get the finalized version of my patent. So I'll need to do that in the next couple weeks. So definitely gotta get these fucking paintings done so I can actually own the full outright patent for my brush holder. I invested a lot of money in this shit so far. It's like I'm already like $4,000 in the hole. I made some of it back. I just sold a few brush holders, but not nearly as many as I would like. So I just keep advertising them like every other week or something. I put out a little ad today saying that I'll sell them for 50% off for the holidays. So instead of $20, you can get one for $10. But yeah, I definitely need to get that patent, yeah. So we heard any news about Ghislaine Maxwell? See what kind of trouble this bitch getting in.
Well, while the world focuses relentlessly on the new COVID variant, rising gas prices, and Biden not wearing a mask in Nantucket, something else is happening that would otherwise be getting front page coverage. The trial of Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell. The names and strange connections to this case continue to pile up, and I'll reveal the latest coincidental connection and big name attached at the end. You'll have to wait for it.
Congrats. I don't even paint, but I'll purchase one. Hey, bro, it's make it a gift for somebody else, man.
Begins today in Manhattan. Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell, she was the accomplice with Jeffrey Epstein. She was like, they were in cahoots, and she was one of the madams that helped secure and procure all the young victims who were sex trafficked to.
Although it was alleged her father was a creeper too, and
that's where she get it from. This lady's grown.
No. I'm not excusing her, but most people that are sick in the head had something happen to them as a child to make them grow up and be a sick individual.
Yo, Maceo, you can hit me up on Instagram or go to my Etsy shop if you want to order one. And like I say, man, $10. A couple of dollars for shipping, and if you don't use it, like I said, give it to a gift to someone you know who is an artist.
Your girlfriend?
Or if you have a girlfriend and she does makeup, like she does her own makeup, it can be a makeup brush holder. It's the Prince brush holder. It's not technically a paint brush holder. It can be a makeup brush holder, or even pencils. If you got a niece or a nephew or a kid who likes to draw or color, you can just hold their pencils on it. Or anything. I mean, I gave one to my cousin, and she made a lip balm filler rack out of the damn thing. That works fucking perfect, though. It's like, it's so awkward how it can be refashioned for something else and works specifically as she needed it to. I thought that was pretty. Well, her dad kind of rigged it for her, but they used it for something else. But yeah, so they've been sending me this email. They sent it to me like 4 times already. Like, oh, you gotta pay for your patent. I'm like, I ain't paid for my patent. Scroll. Oh, you gotta pay for your patent. I already paid for that shit, bro. And then I got an email yesterday. if you don't pay the final cost, your patent will be revoked. I'm like, what? Let me call these motherfuckers. I got my invoice. I get y'all niggas like damn near 2 stacks, yo, for that shit. Oh yeah, but he explained it to me, and I understand. So, like I said, it's a couple $100 more, like $560 something, and then that's it forever. And I own the patent outright, and I can lease the patent, I can sell the patent however I want to. So, like I said, I have enough money, collateral right here in these commissions that I'm working on. So I gotta hurry up and whip these shits out and get some final payment so I can pay for my patent. And see, the art pays for the art, which pays for the art, which pays for my livelihood.
And more art.
And more art. I gotta get more art. Use the art to make art so you can sell the art, to buy more art, to sell art, to make more art that you can sell. It's a cycle. So, I'm trying, man. So I can sell this art and pay for this art, because I'm an engineer too, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a great engineer, but I had an idea one time. It hurt a little bit. I had a headache afterwards, but I came up with some shit, you know? I met another business owner who has a couple patents. He said that the simple fact that you have this in your hand is remarkable. Millions of people have a million ideas every day, but how far do they go with their idea? You know, from the drawing board through the whole process. This motherfucker really did that shit, Maceo. This motherfucker really did that shit just now.
Talk about it, be about it.
Be about it, nigga. I got $10, nigga. What you talking about? It's $10, nigga. Etsy, here you go, bro. I heard a cha-ching, nigga. Let me go.
I heard that shit.
I'll pack this shit up now. I'll put it in the mailbox tomorrow. I'll mail out tomorrow. Alright, I sure appreciate it, bro. That's really and real, you know what I'm saying? Nigga say, I ain't even no artist. I'll buy one, nigga, to support you, bro. I am deeply grateful for your support. I'm deeply grateful for your support, bro.
Anybody else feeling froggy? That he's coming right back. Relax. Damn. Some days I can roll and other days I can't. What are you doing? You about to get hit. You gonna get hit. Move.
Yeah, I'll make sure I take this to work with me in the morning. Go ahead and get that to you. That's it, bro.
I can ship it off.
Huh?
I can ship it off for you tomorrow if you want.
What?
I said I can ship it for you tomorrow if you want. While you're at work.
And see, there's 2 size boxes. Like, it's actually like the top of it is right here. And I had some shorter boxes, but I ran out of them. And I went back to the post office, and they didn't like the other box I had. It fits. It's damn near. It fits it perfect, yo. There's like no room for it, but this has like an extra 3 inches, but it doesn't make any difference. I don't think, like, and plus the boxes are already paid for, so yeah. I get that to you tomorrow, bro. Cha-ching! That motherfucker said, what? I want one.
Omnicron.
We got Cyber Monday packages. Hey, I got loud packs all day, bro. It ain't gotta be Cyber Monday. It can be Internet Wednesday, motherfucker webcam Friday, no webcam
Starving
Wednesday.
Artist Saturday.
Yeah, Starving Artist Saturday. Then we come right back to Cyber Monday. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I got loud packs all day. What you want? 1, 2? My man told me to, who told me that? Yo, Bronx Sushi came up with a good ass idea, yo. I don't know, like, I want to do something with this shit. Like all my old globs of paint. I seen somebody else like make some shit out of this, and Bronx Sushi was like, "Yo, you can take that shit, shape it into something, dip it in some resin, and make keychains out that shit." Yeah.
That's different. That's for sure.
I was gonna try to like take it and like add it back to the canvas some kind of way, like clump it onto the canvas. I'm just letting it build up. I got a bunch of chunks, yo, over the years, yo. I got loud packs all day, bro.
Oh God.
All day.
Excuse me.
All right, somebody said, yo, the Ghislaine Maxwell case started. Motherfucker, the CEO of Twitter, this nigga resigned. The CEO of CNN or something resigned. Somebody else resigned. Why y'all back? Why all these motherfucking top elite officials leaving they posts all of a sudden? Yo, why everybody leaving they posts all of a sudden?
My thing is, who do they protect and who do they not protect? Do they protect the A-listers and it's fuck everybody else, or
the blue tops?
Yeah, because it's like, yo, everybody's been to that island. Even Beyonce and Jay-Z, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah.
Motherfuckers resigning like a bitch, yo. Them blue cap. Y'all remember back in the day, yo, when like the exotic weeds was first coming around, yo. There's this one block when I was still in Philly, 52nd and Whitby. No, Wembley. 50. It was 55th and Ash or some shit like that. You know, these motherfuckers had little blue bags with a black Superman logo on that shit. Boy, that weed was some of the best shit. Boy, motherfucker come through with that blue bag. You see that Superman? Oh, you done been down to 55th and Ash. Nigga, let's smoke. Nigga.
I ain't never had nothing like that.
Yo, they had.
All I ever got was clear bags and green bags.
Yo,
and if it was in a green bag, it was good. Not them. Remember the little green bags though? That was some dirt.
Oh, yeah.
The little nick and dime bags, that was dirt. But like the 3.5 bags.
Oh nah, that's what I'm talking about. Little fucking nick dime bags, yo.
No.
We still buying them shits, but motherfuckers
Oh,
had.
I do remember they used to have all the little like, but I didn't smoke then.
Yo, my one man, he had got the fucking Tasmanian devil on his bag. And then I was like, yo, where y'all be getting y'all bags from? And the dude showed me the story. This is my first time, because, bro, I always bag up in sandwich bags. And then motherfuckers like, nigga, ain't nobody gonna buy your product. You gotta make that shit look presentable. You better go get you some fucking some baggies, yo. I'm like, where from? Man, go to the Indian dude, walked up in there.
Yeah, all the baggies.
This motherfucker got a wall, all different sizes, all different colors, all different kind of fucking patterns and logos and tags on them shits. Nike bags, fucking Burberry bag, like all kind of shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, let me get some of those baggies. He's like, button bags. I'm like, whatever you want to call it, nigga. Let me get some button bags, yo. Like, fuck it.
Button bags. That's funny. He said I got a name for it.
Just baggies, yo.
The food not gonna be done until like 7 because it's in a crock pot. So, did you want a snack or you gonna wait?
I'll figure out something when I get the munchies, yo.
Okay. I'm just putting a fair warning out there, like it ain't gonna be 5:30 today.
But yeah, yo, motherfucker had a wall just different size baggies, yo. That shit was crazy. Like I say, them motherfuckers on 55th and Ash, but them boys had that they was calling that shit Cali Mist.
The weed?
Yep, that's what they call that shit.
That don't even sound like something I want to smoke.
Cali Mist. Yo, this shit was fucking so bright green and smelled so good. And like I say, man, it was like, again, this was like early 2000s, like when the weed game really first started changing and shit. And it's just like, bruh, like what the fuck is this shit? I get that shit like 2-3 times, be high as shit, nigga. Like,
it's so funny that everybody say like 15-20 years ago the weed was so much different and that shit was Reggie and everybody got high off of it. Yep. And since I've been smoking, when I first started smoking, there was still Reggie, But like,
You can't even hardly find no
but you
Reggie
can't
no
find
more.
Reggie no more.
It
Yeah,
doesn't even exist, yo.
because nobody wanted.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I pretty much came up smoking weed. I've been smoking for what, 7 years? I've only been smoking gas the whole time.
And like
I
even
got-
what we really smoke is mostly like high grade mids for the most part. But
Yeah.
even our mids, you don't find those seeds in that shit. It's all
Yeah.
buzz. Like you, motherfucker.
But
If
we
you
get
my
high
age,
grade from the dispensary. It's just that we gotta
Yeah.
pay for it. That's just a treat.
that shit. When I first started smoking, nigga, you literally break your bud up. You pick all the had stems like this. You break your weed off the stems. That's so if you get fucking 2 grams, that stem is like 0.4. That's like 0.4 of your weed. And then you gotta break that shit up and pick all the fucking seeds out this shit. And I'm talking about, yo, my blunt, yo, you had like 10 seeds and like a gram of
no.
weed. Yo, you said they pick all the little brown seeds out. Some of them still be whole. Some of them be kind of crushed, and it take a minute. Make sure you get all the seeds out. That's why Nas,
You ever
even
get the
rapper,
old heads and they say, "Oh, I need the brown weed."
yeah, because
I
they
be
know
like,
the new
what?
shit too strong, yo.
I don't want none of that green and purple and orange shit. Give me some brown
The
shit.
goddamn Nas said spark the L. No, he said a blunt seed burnt me. I dropped the L.
Boozy says, "So glad we passed that, bro." Juice, that's your favorite strain is banana sherbet? What's everybody's like number 1 or number 2 strain? Like,
Bruh,
not no name shit.
Damn, bro.
You
I'll
can't
send.
think?
Yeah, but I gotta send you money back, man. Damn, I don't know how to. I'll figure out how to do that shit, bro. I need to change it. Oh shit! I need to change my list price. Fuck, dude. I got you, dude. I'll reimburse some of your money, yo. But damn, how do I do this?
Well, what app?
Shop settings, my Etsy app.
Oh, I can't help you there.
Yeah, I got it. I'm good. That white rhino.
I've never had white
Yo,
rhino.
that was some other shit back in the day, my nigga. Like, I remember the first time I had that shit, I was down at fucking Myrtle Beach. We was down there working, yo. And ran in the apartment complex. These white boys from Montana, Michigan, or somewhere. They weren't from South Carolina, yo. And they had some, man. I walked by these motherfuckers one day, whatever they was smoking, that shit was dank. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is
White
that?
rhino?
He started chatting with the white boys, yo. Man, wound up going up in their apartment, yo. They had like 4 little Tupperware containers. Now, this is the first time I really seen like a lot of high grade weed. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's like 2000 something. So went in there, man. This motherfucker went in the kitchen, got under the cabinet and shit, pull out these fucking Tupperware containers, yo. Started popping the lids. Here's like white rhino, some lamb's bread, some what that shit is. He had the fucking
That shit is
the
good.
OG Kush, and then he had like some white widow or some shit, yo. And this motherfucker wouldn't even touch that shit with his hands, yo. He had these little tongs, picking up the buds with the tongs. Yeah, I was like, that's the first time I paid $20 for a gram of weed, yo. Paid $20 for like 1 gram of some damn white rhino back in the day. That shit been smoking
Well, it
good.
must be that because y'all both know it.
Yeah, been smoking
I've
good
had
ever
lamb's
since,
bread
yo.
though. Lamb's bread, I would put that in my top 5 or 10. That shit will like knock you on your feet in a good way.
Sour Diesel still the best shit I've ever smoked in my life, yo.
Listen, y'all gonna have to sue me because my number one, and I'm talking about it has to be some top notch, best of the best, but my number 1 is Blue Dream all fucking day. There's nothing that I like more than Blue Dream. But Do-Si-Do and that papaya and bananas that we get, I really like that papaya and banana shit. If you got allergies, use gloves. LOL juice. That jelly bean shit was good as fuck too. I'm not gonna lie, jelly bean, that hit.
Fuck. Okay, so now I got it. I should have it
He
saved.
just said it's cool, keep it. Merry Christmas. Juice, oh, you really got allergies to smoking. That's funny that you smoke, but you're like semi-allergic. Cherry diesel. I've had cherry pie. It was decent.
He said
Anything diesel is good.
That's how good the bud was. Like he didn't want the oils from his fingers or whatever to like touch the rest of the buds. Like
You
how I
said the
just
dust on it had me sneezing.
how I grabbed my shit. He ain't want to touch that shit. He just, you know, this motherfucker want to get you just your own bud, knowing that his hands ain't touched that shit because it had all the fucking crystals and
The oils from your hand.
that shit was too crazy, yo. I said I done smoked some good shit over the years, yo.
But that's how you know, like,
For 2
weed
years.
is just fire. Like, we could all agree that all the strains are fire,
Yeah.
but everybody got their own favorite strain. Like, it's just like,
For 2 years, I subscribed to High Times magazine, yo. Like, just watching the cannabis cups each year, seeing like this, not this
watermelon
Skittles.
I don't think we've ever had that.
Mm-mm. Watermelon
The
Skittles.
Sherblato was okay, but I like the jelly bean better.
No, that banana, whatever.
The
That
banana papaya. Papayas and banana, yeah.
Papayas and bananas.
That's
what it
our
was.
shit.
That
That's what we
shit is-
normally get, yeah.
Yeah,
Every
that
time.
Papayas and bananas. God damn.
It tastes so good, smells so good. It
Yeah,
could
I
be a
love
little
smoking that
denser.
shit.
It's like a real tight, compact bud. Like it's one of those that like
Yeah.
it's crumbly, but it's it's not. It ain't no like Reggie though. It's just the way the bud is. Whereas like some other stuff is a little bit more. Yeah, papayas and banana might take the win. Boozina, you ain't seen this man all day and you pressed for some attention, huh? Excuse me. Go get on the camera. Move. Move. A special place in hell for people who see meetings at 4:30 in the evening. All right, Puff. I had to look at the time. Like, Girl Scout cookies are good, but I feel like people just be slapping that name on it, even though it don't be Girl Scout. So I'm like real skeptical if it's like some street shit. Like I don't even ask our people what the name is.
High
It's that no name.
THC is not, except for pain, isn't really needed. And I'd like to have you guys comment on what you see in terms of the CBN, CBG, THCA,
Girl Scout
the whole
cookies,
host
bro,
of things
that's
which we
that
know
shit,
have
yeah.
medical value. I didn't hear you talk much about that. And I would like to have, the Swami is talking about spiritual and recreational, Mr. Rader is talking about medical, and I think those are two somewhat different things. I'd like to hear what you have to say about
Great. I
that.
mean, I'll jump right into it. I mean, I think that one of the things we are going to see with regulation is increased availability of some of the cannabinoids we currently don't have access to. There's a huge CBD pool in the world right now. I've been told there's as much as 50,000 kilos of CBD.
Is that working?
Is your new laptop so powerful enough?
Oh, it's powerful.
How about now?
What are kids these days smoking? Well, it ain't your mama's weed.
She's so corny for that.
Hey guys, Julia here for D News. Not that I would know from experience, but there's a rumor that weed strains
She's
these
lying.
days are a little different from your parents might have smoked back in the day, and the blame is placed on THC. Tetrahydrocannabinol acts a lot like the cannabinoids your body naturally
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
produces. The cannabinoid receptors in your brain do a lot of different things. They have a hand in pain reduction, pleasure, memory, sensations, and a bunch of other stuff. The THC is also the thing that gives marijuana, well, its high and euphoric feeling. Basically, the more THC the pot has, the stronger the high. Potency has been monitored for about 40 years, but the rumors lately that today's pot boasts more THC than in prior years. While some data might be skewed because of added state testing procedures or sample size varying, there does seem to be a general trend upward. As some pot users demand stronger, longer highs, producers are happy to accommodate. One study presented at the 249th National Meeting and Exposition of the American Chemical Society found that THC levels of 30% are pretty common in parts of Colorado, where marijuana has been legal since 2012. But like 30 years ago, THC levels were usually under 10%, according to one of the authors of the study.
So this piece is for this same client here. He has a very specific art style that he's looking for, and a very, very specific layout for his artwork. So I'm just trying to actually like create his imagination, which is really hard. So this is the next piece he wants, and it is the parting of the Red Sea. But instead of Moses with his magical staff, magic, it's not a 40 ounce, man. The drunken ass. The drunken monk. It's a lantern, bro. It's a lantern. So it's a young boy walking with a lantern with green rain boots through the parted waters, and his chateau will spell out a Bible verse. Kind of like this dude has a Bible verse that he's quoting right there. I forgot what it says. Thelma said it. So does a man think it, so he is. Proverbs 23:7. Proverbs 23:7 is the verse he has on there. And he has a Bible verse that he wants here. I forgot what it is, and I can't quote it because I'm not. So this is what we're working on right now. Also working on that piece right there with the green background. Gotta let that dry a little bit more before I can finish that. The one with the beige background is done. Just need to get that thing varnished. Get that thing varnished and ready for shipping out. So we're gonna work on these waves a little bit. I'm gonna run downstairs and grab my tablet. So, well, I can do it from my phone. I think I have that reference photo on my phone, so I don't have to run downstairs. But,
Unchapple's wife finally got charged.
For helping him escape and all that shit?
Yeah, she got 3 years. That's nothing though.
An accomplice.
But it says in 2007. Let me see. She was arrested on her birthday, so like he literally must have been grooming her before she was even 18. Like that's what it sounds like. But I don't mind my business. All I know is old girl got 3 years and she gonna come home and be living good.
Let's be nice, y'all.
Right? Like I'm like shit. That's all they gave her. Oh, she about to be on the ankle bracelet. She about to be home. I ain't mad at that.
What? I wonder why the music won't play on these videos I made. I was just trying to show you guys the video real quick. I would have played on this one, but it won't play on the other videos. That's weird. So I just put together a little montage of my TV shows just to kind of entice people to check the show out and try to find it and watch it. But like some of my my guests that I've interviewed. Pretty cool little montage. Alright, now I need to find the full reference photo.
And some researchers, like Michael Kahn, the president of Massachusetts Cannabis Research, think that the mega potent represent the norm. So yeah, pot is a little stronger today than it was when your mom was a teen. While high THC might seem like a great idea for those looking to get high, some strains of pot are bred to be the opposite. Low in THC, but high in other compounds like CBD, one of the dozens of other active compounds found in marijuana. Strains like this are newer and aren't great sellers, except in a few cases. Like one strain called Charlotte's Web, named after a little girl who uses its extract to cure her seizures. Today there's a market developing for strains low in THC,
Charlotte's
but
Web
high in
was
CBD
a
for medical purposes for other diseases like schizophrenia and Alzheimer's. But THC has its own medical benefits too, like it's been shown to reduce tumor growth in patients. But it's difficult to deal with its potential healing properties while also dealing with the high. So researchers are currently working on separating the high-inducing properties from the medicinal benefits. In a study published in the journal PLOS Biology, researchers found that the psychoactive component of THC runs through different neural pathways than its other components. THC works on a lot of different receptors, like cannabinoid receptors and serotonin receptors. The researchers found that by removing one of the serotonin receptor in mice, they were able to reduce some of the negative side effects of the compound, like memory dysfunction, but it didn't change some of the good effects, like pain relief. While the researchers caution against people self-medicating, they hope that their research might lead to synthetic weed one day. All of the medicine, but none of the high. On topic of controlled substances, there's been some research into the medical properties of LSD. In case you missed it, here's a video I did. LSD became a centerpiece of the counterculture movement in the 1960s after the patents expired. Millions saw it as a way to expand their spiritual horizons. We'll put a link below in the description if you're on mobile. So what do you think of medical marijuana? Sound off down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons and keep coming back to D News. We've got new episodes every day of the week.
Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own
6 charges directly related to sex trafficking and exploitation of underage girls. If convicted of all 6, she faces up to 70 years in prison. She also faces 2 counts of perjury, but those charges will be addressed in a separate trial that's yet to be set. So let's go over the 6 charges she faces in court today. Count 1, conspiracy to entice minors to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. Count 2, enticement of a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. Count 3, conspiracy to transport minors with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Count 4, transportation of a minor with intent to engage in criminal sexual activity. Count 5, sex trafficking conspiracy. Count 6, sex trafficking of a minor. I would say those charges are not good for Ghislaine Maxwell, but these charges do span over a 10-year period of time between 1994 and 2004 and involve 4 different victims, though we know there were likely many more. This particular court case only involves these 4. The indictment states that Ghislaine assisted, facilitated, and contributed to Jeffrey Epstein's abuse of minor girls by, among other things, helping Epstein to recruit, groom, and ultimately abuse victims known to Maxwell and Epstein to be under the age of 18. Basically, what the prosecution will be presenting is evidence that Ghislaine prepared these minor girls, some as young as 14, to engage in sex acts with Epstein. The young girls were enticed and recruited by Ghislaine and eventually would be groomed by Ghislaine to engage in paid sex acts that were labeled as massages. One victim accuses actually Ghislaine herself of participating in group sex with Epstein and the victim. These events would take place all over the country in Epstein's various residences, including Palm Beach, New Mexico, Manhattan, and even in Ghislaine's residence in London. The victims, who are all now adults, will not be named in court. They will instead be allowed to use pseudonyms or their first names only. And this takes us to the topic of names. With so many powerful people connected to Jeffrey Epstein, which big names are we likely to hear in court? Well, probably no one's. That's right. We're likely to hear 0 powerful names dropped or implicated in this trial. Now, why is that? Because of the victims who have publicly dropped names, the prosecution left them out. There are no charges against Maxwell that involve any of the more well-known victims. For example, Virginia Giuffre, the most well-known of Epstein's victims, is not included in this trial. Giuffre is the one who claims she was trafficked to Prince Andrew. She also claims she was trafficked to New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, former U.S. Senator George Mitchell, lawyer Alan Dershowitz, modeling scout Jean-Luc Brunel, and billionaire Glenn Dubin. Now, why is she not included in the trial? Well, it's unclear. She says Ghislaine Maxwell was heavily involved in her exploitation, but for whatever unknown reason, the prosecution didn't bring up any charges related to Giuffre's case. Another victim who appears to be absent from the trial is Sarah Ransom. Ransom accused Epstein of raping her and accused both Epstein and Maxwell of recruiting her into their sex trafficking ring and lending her out to their friends, including Alan Dershowitz. Most importantly, Ransom was primarily stationed on Epstein's island in the Caribbean and would have seen and possibly interacted with the various influential people being flown on and off the island on Epstein's private jet. People such as Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, perhaps. In an interview with CBS News, Ransom stated, Ghislaine was Jeffrey's right hand, the lieutenant of the whole pyramid. She made sure we all stayed in line, that when we were called to his bedroom, that went. However, in 2018, Ransom settled a case with Epstein and Maxwell, so it's not looking like she's included in the trial. Now, this takes us to a big name attached to the case that we'll be hearing a lot during this trial, and that's Comey. Not James Comey, but his daughter Maureen. Maureen Comey is one of the 3 lead prosecutors in this Maxwell case. Maureen was also a lead prosecutor in the Jeffrey Epstein case before he allegedly killed himself over 2 years ago. She also worked on another Epstein-related case, that of Nicholas Tartaglione. Tartaglione, a former cop in quadruple murder, was assigned a cell with Epstein and claims that he tried to help Epstein after he was found unconscious with marks on his neck, allegedly attempting suicide. But Epstein's attorney said he didn't attempt suicide, that it was Tartaglione who roughed him up. Later, Epstein was placed on suicide watch, and we all know how well that went. Now, if Tartaglione sounds familiar to you, it's probably because Ryan pointed out last week that Tartaglione's defense attorney is the same one now representing Ghislaine Maxwell. So Tartaglione, who was accused by Epstein of roughing him up, has the same defense attorney as Maxwell, who's being prosecuted by the same prosecutor who went after both Epstein and Tartaglione. That doesn't confuse you enough already. One thing that I really want to bring up on this is that, in a district attorney's office, there are typically, especially with the Southern District of New York, you're probably looking at hundreds of prosecutors, and they usually are assigned a variety of different types of cases. So a prosecutor would work in a division such as grand theft, or work in homicide, or work in sex crimes. So for this particular prosecutor, Comey, to have worked on Tartaglione's case, which is a quadruple homicide facing death penalty, and also now working on sex crimes of Epstein and Maxwell, it is a little bit, it's like, you couldn't find someone else out of the hundreds possibly prosecutors that you may have in the office. So there's we're seeing a lot of just connections with this case that are, making people our heads spin. And of course, with this case beginning today, no one is allowed in the court. We're not going to see any press coming from it. People are camped outside the court waiting for any updates, but that's all we're going to get. So, just this kind of adds more layers to it. Ryan, what are your thoughts on this?
It also speaks to our fraudulent meritocracy, that the children of the elites getting all of these different advantages and then believing that they're getting them through their own merit. One thing that the Tartaglione case and the Maxwell case and Epstein case have in common is that they're all getting covered in the news. Now, the Tartaglione case was a bigger deal in New York than it's not a global case like Epstein and Maxwell, but it was a big deal. It was an ex-cop, with a quadruple homicide. That's the kind of thing that the New York Post and New York Daily News are gonna go wild with, throughout the course of the entire thing. So the way you rise the ranks of prosecutor is by getting these high-profile cases. Every prosecutor wants these cases for that particular reason, so that Comey's daughter gets Epstein, Maxwell, and Tartaglione. Suggests that either she's the greatest prosecutor that they have in there, or there's there's politics going on that is enabling the daughter of Comey to be given these particularly plum assignments.
Or this just adds more layers to
and it does
what
that
already,
too. And it does that too, because it keeps it all centralized within this ring of extremely powerful people.
Right. I mean, and there's just a lot of conspiracy theories already around this case. And it's like, why add to it? Why couldn't you just find